Warning: the Lobo Show contains adult content, crude humor that may go against your religion, ethics, and morals. A perspective point of view you may never find your own. Viewer discretion is advised. Good evening, good evening, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the deplorable channel that is called The Lobo Show. With you, as always, me, Lobo, your host. And with me, as always, my producer, Heapsack. Ladies and gentlemen, the daily topical podcast that touches up on everything and is not afraid to offend anyone. But if you're offended, you know what I'm saying? That's a little funny. So, I'm not going to lie to you. I may have to say, hey, why would you or why are you offended? And tell me why. And we can go back and forth. Because, Lobo has a heart here, I have a heart. And I want to say that I'm seeing that everybody's breaking the first two rules of Fight Club. You don't talk about Fight Club. Second rule, you don't talk about Fight Club. But I see everybody's breaking the two rules. And I see lots of new cool people that are sub to the show and, commenting and, who are really in depth, who are really just really, really cool people, man. And I sub back. And here's the thing, man. I just want to say one thing. There's a guy, he shouted me out beautifully. Say, compare me to Joe Rogan. I hope I can hold up. I hope I can live up, man. The gentleman by the name of High Velocity Savage. You know what I mean? And listen, I want to say one thing, which is true. If I have any power out there, because I know I do have the original people that kind of listened to the show back when the show was higher than it was, and during the YouTube purge, we kind of they shut us down, and we kind of didn't search for new audience, if you will, but some of the old audience came back just by searching for us, and that was cool. And I think that after a while, we was like, dude, man, this channel is good. We love it and stuff, but it seems like we've been playing to the same audience. Same audience that we love, don't get me wrong, but the same audience. So we had to do a little bit of, hey, man, this is our channel. What do you think? If you like it, tell us what you think. And if you don't, that's cool too, man. But like I said, this guy, High Velocity Savage, he went on his channel. And he literally said the Lobo Show is cool as shit. He likes it. And he said some very, very nice thing, very class act. He has a great channel, beautiful family, nice fucking, like you can tell, just a real fucking guy. Because real recognize real. Let's cut the fucking bullshit here, right? So that being said, I do want to do a couple of shout outs here in the beginning of the Lobo Show. Just because there's some new people who's really going into depth. And I know, and if there's anybody I missed in here, please let me know and say that in the comment section. But I can tell there's just some people who just wants to do just like, oh, hey, sub to me. And they're not listening to this show. So I can tell, when they listen, on this comment, they're going to be like, oh, great show. But they're not going to say, hey, where's my fucking shout out or none of that shit, because they probably don't go into too deep. So in terms of the new people, High Velocity Savage, thank you very much, bro, for all the shout outs and shit. Listen, man, Grant Hubbard, thank you, buddy. We thank you for your service. Fucking, military guy. And don't get it twisted. Heapsack here, my producer, he's a military guy himself. He was in the Marines. He spent time in the Marines. Didn't do too many tours and shit, but nonetheless, he signed up. Sarah Olson, I believe in you. I think she's a beautiful little pixie. She has a great voice, great music, great talent. People should check her out. You know what I mean? Bass Fishing with TK Heaven. Another guy, fucking classy individual, man. Great channel. I'm a kind of even though I'm a New Yorker, I'm a little bit of an outdoors guy myself. I don't do the outdoors. Like outdoors I can get is fishing. But I would love to fucking, do more, if you will. Especially down there. You guys are fucking with your four-wheelers and dirt bikes and motorcycles and shit. It's a different scenery, but I don't mind doing that shit, man. And so I want to say this, though. With that being said, there's a couple of guys here, that, like I said, from before. So maybe you new guys who are listening. These are some of the guys who sub to us from day one. Clifford Starks, amazing guy. I'm practically bigging him up, the guy up in every channel. Free Me Life, Backyard Films, and my boy Bobby, aka Pie Sand Cakes. I hope I said it right this time, Bobo. And we welcome we welcome you guys to the family, and we're absolutely happy that you welcome us to your family. And another special shout out I want to say is to my boy Jason Thomas, that delicious fucking bastard, and David Moyes, two fucking smart individuals who's going to be big, like I said, we're big fans of them, and we're big fans of us, and we're going to be doing a lot of things together. So get used to their names. Sorry for that. That being fucking said, I usually don't do that. That's kind of dragged on a little bit, but I do appreciate that. But let's get the fucking ball rolling here, boys and girls. This is the Daily Topical Podcast. This is the fucking Lobo Show. We can't stretch enough. You know what I mean? We're always, we got to hit on the hard fucking topics, and there's a lot of fucking shit going on, obviously, man. Lots of fucking shit. We're not one of these podcasts that do like, they put their logo on in the beginning for the first 10 minutes. Like, oh, this podcast is going to start soon with their logo and shit. That's fucking kind of boring. We're ready to rock and roll with this fucking shit. You know what I mean? Because, like I said, this is what we do. This is what we do over here. And I'm not going to lie, man. Today is officially the day of the second quarter of Trump's administration. You know what I mean? The second quarter. So here's the thing. President of the United States, the most hated person in the world, obviously, in this fucking day and age, where all these crying people and the dreamers, here's the thing, right? So, as being Americans, we can't be dreamers. Weren't we the original dreamers? We fucking dreamt of America and we made it. I know, it's so funny. Lately, I'm getting a lot of the English, which I love them, love the UK, love England. They go like, they seem like they feel like American pride is racist in a way. And I'm not saying all of them are thinking that, but they feel that like, I saw your show, Lobo, but you're kind of like USA-ish. You're kind of like too USA-ish. Like, what's that about? I'm like, I love my fucking country. You should love yours. You guys were going crazy for that World Cup shit, right? Hey, and nobody was hating on that, So it's like, come on. So I don't think that's a racist thing to love your country. That's the misconception of the fake news and the media that's going on here in this day and age. I think that in terms of Trump, what he's doing right now, second quarters, the reviews were definitely out. My friend, Zach, I know you got a little bit on this.
Yes,
what do you got on there? What do you got on this Donald Trump in this second quarter review in terms of what he's doing? And like I said, we're trying to be fair and balanced here. So this is not just one agenda. Let's hear it. And obviously, if you're gonna hear CNN, that's just one fucking side. You know what I mean? So let's hear it, Zach. This is the True News Lobo Show. What do you got on it?
Well, here are some facts. The gross domestic product surged by 4.1% in the second quarter, up from 2.2% in the first 3 months of the year, to record its strongest result since the third quarter of 2014. The initial estimates from the Bureau of Economic Analysts indicate President Donald Trump may be able to declare victory in his election campaign pledge to double the rate of growth. Growth ran at an average of just over 2% per year over the 4 years before President Trump took office. So that increased pace has now been achieved. President Donald Trump hailed the data as great GDP numbers. Once again, we are the economic envy of the entire world, he said. America is being respected again, and America is winning again because we are finally putting America first. Everywhere we look, we are seeing the effects of this economic miracle. It's insane. Consumer spending growth accelerated to 4%, while non-residential investment increased by 7.3%, a slight slowdown on the quarter, but still high by historical standards. Goods exports surged by 13.3%, the strongest expansion since late 2013, while imports only edged by 1%. As a result, net trade added 1.1 percentage points to growth, and the trade deficit decreased.
That's what I'm saying, man. Most people don't know this. I work in the financial sector. I'm a stockbroker, but that doesn't make me a thief. Like I said, it's a lot regulated. It's not like it's 90s anymore. It's like the Boiler Room movie and shit like that. Although I indulged during that era. But like I said, man, look, to be honest, the guy's doing a fucking great job. I think the guy's doing an outstanding job, man. Job growth is up. What's wrong with that? So, it's so weird that there are people out there, you know what I mean, that are just making a fucking big deal every day about like how this guy is like the fucking, like he's like, they're comparing him to Hitler and shit. That's another thing. When these guys like everything is Hitler, everything is Hitler. You're practically Hitler. Shut up, moron. How the fuck is this even close? You know what I mean? Not even close to fucking Stalin or some shit. What about Genghis Khan? It was even worse than fucking Hitler. You know what I mean? But listen, the guys, I think he's doing certain things that is right. You know what? This open border policy, that's garbage. Open border. Let's, what I mean. Sometimes you gotta, like regulate the people who's coming in and out of this fucking place. That's the bottom line. That's the truth. Because it's not like the terrorism is at an all time high. It is. It is like, you know what I mean? Like it's not. It is not. It definitely is. So it's like, I feel like I'd like what the guy is doing. He's cracking down on things. And obviously there's going to be people who are going to say, oh, bullshit, he didn't do anything. And it's going to, you make your own mind to it. Even to like with the farmers and everything, the tariffs, you've seen that he kind of bailed them out, gave them $12 billion to these farmers. And a lot of, from what I'm hearing, because here's the thing, right? I'm a salesman, you know what I mean? To be honest, dude. And I talk to these people all day. I talk to people from around the country, around the world, to be quite frank. When it comes down to my job and stocks and everything, and I talk to farmers as well, and he told me, like some of them go, yeah, that's good, but someone tell them, I don't know, it's bullshit. I need to see it to believe it. I'm just telling you both sides of it, but I think that the president right now is absolutely tackling issues that are blue collar issues. To be honest, you want to talk about, like I said, even the immigration. Even to the opiate crisis, the opiate epidemic that's going on right now. I mean, come the fuck on, dude. You know what I mean? For the guy to mention it, and it is an epidemic. And here's the one thing about the Lobos audience. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm pretty sure our audience is aware of it. It's either our audience does opiates or knows somebody who died from it. Unfortunately, it's kind of funny. It could be a joke, but it's kind of true, man. This is the fucking world that we're living in, man.
You're not lying. I mean, not to, put shade on anybody, but Maryland last year, all of the jurisdictions in Maryland, all 24, had at least 2 people die because of opioids. I mean, these are facts. Almost a 10% increase from 2016 to 2017. Get this, in 2016, 1,119 people died from fentanyl, a total that rose to 1,594 people in 2017. Garrett County had the fewest fentanyl-related deaths in 2017 with only 2 people, but every other county had at least 3 or more. Isn't that crazy? Baltimore City had the highest number with like 500, like over 500 people. It's crazy.
It's fucking sick, dude. That's what I'm trying to say, man. You got these fucking people looking like fucking zombies now, addicted to these fucking pills, looking like fucking Dick Tracy villains and shit. You know what I mean? It's unfortunate, man, because like I said, a lot of these young people, obviously, you look at the people who indulge in these kind of drugs. Obviously, you start off when you're young, and it's all about if you can make it that long. That's why you see a lot of these kids, dying at 18, 19 years old, sometimes younger than that and shit, And like I said, dude, to me personally, I find it mind-boggling that this president is getting so much fucking heat, and I think that he's addressing the real topics that is infecting us. And here's the thing, right? Like I said, people can make people say, no, he's not. He sucks. He's a racist, man. Like I said, dude, I never seen, like I said, a president's getting so much heat. And what I kind of don't like is this also, man. It's like, if you're from a different country and shit, right? It burns my fucking ass, right? That like these people like say, they hate this guy so much. It's just like they're so concerned about our politics, yet we know very little of theirs. And yes, you can say that's because you guys are fucking ignorant. That'd be the case, but I think that you should be concerned what's going on with your own backyard first. You know what I mean? And this guy definitely preached that a lot. You know what I mean? When it comes down to it. So I don't know, man. Like I said, it's not some repetitive shit. It's just fucking, it's some real shit, dudes. It's some real shit. Because enough with this guy trying to impeach him. That's not gonna happen. You know what I mean? This guy is gonna, I think, you got these liberals right now, right? Who are trying to they're preparing for the next election and how to take down Trump. Because at first they tried with the fucking impeaching shit and the collusion and all that shit. And the whole thing is doing is making this whole thing blow back in the liberals' face. It's not looking good for them. So what happens with the liberals? The liberals are getting tired of their own shit. So they're people like, I'm not a liberal no more. I'm definitely not a Republican. But, like these Antifa people. So they're like, these purple hair, pink head fucking losers, malnourished assholes and shit who don't even eat meat. You know what I mean? Like fucking like vegetarians and vegans and shit. Not to say there's nothing wrong with that. I know there's a lot of health nuts out there, and I trust me, living a healthy lifestyle is the best way to go. But god damn it, you know what I mean? Shoot a fucking deer. I don't mind that. You know what I mean, dude? I don't mind eating no fucking pork. I don't mind eating the pig at all. I don't mind eating any fucking meat, beef. And I definitely don't mind any fucking chicken and shit. So it's like, come on, let's get the fuck up. Let's stop fucking being pussies. It's America. I think this is the fucking time where we should, be proud to be Americans. And it's nothing to be ashamed about. And if anybody out there is saying, oh, you guys are racist, like, oh, what's that a USA shit about? Let's educate them. Let's say, listen, let's not get mad and go, fuck you. You don't know shit. This is America. You know what I mean? Let's not totally fucking go there right now. But let's like, hey, look, man, tell me why you think we're stupid. And like, oh, they're like, oh, Donald Trump, we think your president's a racist. And then you break it down. Because I'll be damned. Here's the thing, right? I'll be goddamn. I'm not a racist, man. I'm not. I'll be goddamn that the president, the president is not racist. Is he out of touch? Sure. Maybe. Is he kind of an old guy? Yeah, he's an old white guy. And then people, this and that. But I think the president is pretty hip, if you ask me. Donnie Trump's always been in. He's always been in the in crowd, and he's a fucking kind of a cool guy. And he doesn't take shit, and he talks like a blue-collar guy. That's enough for me, man. You know what I mean? A guy who's holding up to what he's saying. I'm sorry. I know some of these farmers might go, they're scratching their heads. Listen, dude, I'm not a fucking farmer. But I know this, though. He's trying to look out for the best interest of this country and shit. You know what I mean? And I think that looking out for the best interest of this country is best for business, ladies and gentlemen. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to move on. The most important segment in podcast today, ladies and gentlemen, that is the nightly news with the heap sack.
WINS, WINS HD, WWFS HD3, New York. All news, all the time. You give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is Friday, July 27th, 2018, 70 degrees in New York City, and this is the Nightly News with the Sack. Donald Trump's star being repaired. Suspect is named in vandalism by the New York Times. The police have made an arrest in the connection with the destruction of President Trump's star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame this week by a man with a pickaxe. A suspect who has been identified as Austin Clay, 24 years old, was arrested on Wednesday and released early Thursday morning, according to Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department's online records. He had been held on bail of $20,000 on a charge of felony vandalism. Officer Ray Brown, a spokesman for the Los Angeles Police Department, said, "It is not clear who posted bail for Mr. Clay. James Odets, 54 years old, who attempted to remove President Trump's star by smashing it with a pickaxe and sledgehammer in October of 2016, said he had rushed to Mr. Clay's aid, but missed his mark. By the time he had arrived to help, Mr. Clay had already been released." The administrator of a GoFundMe page billed as raising money for the bail did not immediately respond to a request for comment. Mr. Clay's next court date will be August 15th. "He's a young kid," Mr. Odets said by phone. "I'm sure he was very angry about something Trump had done. I wanted to help him because I had been in his footsteps a few years earlier. He's got a lot to deal with." Mr. Odets said he plans to help Mr. Clay find a lawyer or help out in any way that he can. Mr. Odets pled no contest in felony vandalism in February 2017. He agreed to pay $4,400 for the damage and was sentenced to 3 years probation and 20 days of community service. In this latest incident, authorities said they received a call around 3:30 a.m. Wednesday and soon after found the star, which was the President Donald Trump star received in January of 2007 for his NBC show The Apprentice, was broken into pieces, Officer Brown said. The police said that the vandal had pulled a pickaxe out of a guitar case, smashed the star in the 6800 block of Hollywood Boulevard near Highland Avenue, and then walked away, leaving the tool at the scene, according to NBC. The destruction was caught on surveillance video. The Hollywood Chamber of Commerce which administrates the Walk of Fame, said in a statement, and Mr. Clay later turned himself in to the police. The Hollywood Historical Trust said it would repair the star, and by midday on Wednesday, workers had already started pouring new stone powder that once set would be polished.
It's fucking bullshit. You know what they're gonna fucking do? They're probably gonna break it again. And let me tell you something. You can't buy this publicity. You really can't buy this publicity, dude. Let me tell you something. These fucking liberals think that they're fucking doing something with stupid shit like this. And I'm telling you, all they're doing is making the people that who like Trump, like who loves this country, to be honest, hate them more. And they hate Hollywood and shit and all that. You know what? Keep the fucking thing broken. Let it be broke. Trump doesn't even want to be a part of that Hollywood Walk of Fame at this point right now. And these people, and this fucking guy who did it, he turns himself in. Yuck. You know why he turns himself in? Because he wants to be fucking famous. He wants to put his name out there. You know what I mean? He wants to be that guy. Oh, I did the Trump thing. I'm that guy. I'm probably going to be on Jimmy Fallon and Colbert and shit. And all these other cunt late night fucking, you know what I mean? Late night assholes, unfunny douchebags. Get the fuck out of here with this guy. Oh, I'm going to do a fucking GoFundMe page. Let's bail him out. These other assholes are fucking donating money to this prick for this shit. How un-American. How can you really... Here's the thing about this, right? I would love to ask these guys that hate Trump and shit, right? I'm like, can you? Here's the thing, right? Even to like the Barack Obama haters, right? You go, was there one thing that Barack Obama did that was decent? And I'm pretty sure, like any presidency, as Americans, we are forced to say, sure, there's like one or two things that he did, but then again, he fucked up the majority of the country because of this. But you're trying to tell me this guy can't say one fucking good thing that Trump does? Oh, he's so blind and crazy and shit, but he turns himself in. You know what? What an asshole. You know what he could have did? The guy should have fucking broke the thing, right? Because, you know, these fucking Antifa Marys, they're always wearing the fucking mask on, you know what I mean? All that kind of shit. Should have broke the thing, made a video, and go, hey, with the mask on, I'm the guy who did it. But to turn yourself in, and like, oh, I'm the guy who did it with the pickaxe. It's like, you shut up, moron. You probably got pink hair. You probably got purple eyelids and shit. You know what I mean? And you're fucking, it's gross. It's insane how these people hate the this president who's trying to help people out. But I'm telling you right now, they're very, very blind. They're very blind to what's going on in the world right now. And like I was mentioning earlier, right? These liberals, they hate each other now. They're all fighting with each other. And I know these liberals go, no, you're not. You're misinformed. Go fuck yourself. Because if you're not, you know what? They're fucking flirting with the idea to go full-blown socialist. Full-blown socialist. I'm telling you right now, you got Bernie Sanders and you got this fucking Spanish broad from the Bronx, this whatever her name is, Ocasio, Oscar the Grouch. That's what she looks like. That's what I'm going to call her from now on, Oscar the Grouch. So you got this fucking broad and Bernie, they just saying nonsense and don't even like have solutions. They're just going, just they're coming with equations, but no solutions at all. To be honest, like, oh, yeah, you know, education should be free and nobody should pay for education. It's like, all right, who's going to end up paying for this shit? Because that's not how the fucking world works, dummy. You know what I mean? You have to understand. It's not like we're living, with all due respect to these small European countries. It's not like we're living in the country the size of fucking Rhode Island over here. This is United States of America. So there's going to be a lot of fucking different opinions, and there's going to be a lot of ways that different works. Like what works for Alabama don't work for New York. What works for Nevada doesn't work for New Hampshire. That's what I'm fucking saying. So these people are out of their mind with their fucking socialism bullshit. So to me, it's going to be either two things. And listen, I'm preparing you people right now. I'm going to prepare you right now for what's going to happen in the future, because to me, I feel like it's written in the wall and it's written with fucking blood. Now, here's the thing that's going to happen. We, as Republicans, you know what I mean? Or like some people are like, oh, I'm a libertarian. Because here's the thing. These libertarians, I'm telling you, they lean more to us with the conservatives. Now, you know me. I'm not a hardcore conservative. I don't give a crap if a fucking girl wants to fucking pop out, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Pop out fucking premature babies out of her cunt. I'm sorry. I know that it's fucking harsh to say. I'm not really sorry, but it's the truth though. It's like, you know, I'm not a real abortion guy. You know what I mean? I get it. I am, you know what I mean, spiritual in terms of religious. I'm not hardcore too religious. I grew up as a Catholic. all day, but I'm spiritual. You know what I mean? In some sense, you know what I mean? I definitely believe in God. I believe in Christ and all that shit. But I'm not gonna go fucking preach it. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I'm not gonna be the guy like, yeah, you say you believe in Christ, but you use foul language. It's like, shut up, moron. Shut your mouth. Like, come on, pal. Like, come on. Let's fucking grow up here. We're fucking human beings. You know what I mean? Are we not? But I'm not gonna fucking sit back and fucking tolerate what's going to happen, because it's going to be this. Either we're going to have, I mean, Trump is doing a great thing when he's bringing these judges in for the Supreme Court. He's like, this is a great time. You know what I mean? With all the respect, nobody wishes death on anybody. Like Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Come on, fuck, this bitch is like 100. She's on her way out too. You know what I mean? I don't know if Clarence Thomas is still there. Like I said, whatever. But he's going to appoint Republican. And I know these liberal people, listeners who are like, oh, that's a bad thing. It's not really a bad thing. Because I'm telling you right now, what the liberals' agenda is, it's like they want to end up you marrying your fucking pet. I'm telling you, I've said this once and I'll say it again. They're like, oh, open borders, gay marriages, you can marry your pet chicken. Like, oh, I fucking knew it. I knew it was a matter of time. I knew it was a matter of time before you can marry your pet chicken, you fucking liberals. And let me tell you another thing about this story that we did last week, because I know the majority here are listening this far, listened last week, and I appreciate that, ladies and gentlemen. But I want to tell you something that happened last week. We talked about this director, James Gunn, right? The director of Guardians of the Galaxy, volumes 1 and 2, right? And he got in trouble because he put a lot of pedophilia tweets out there, and it was meant to be funny. So a lot of these Hollywood liberal fucking Marys, to be honest, they all came out there like, oh yeah, leave him alone. Let's not totally condone him. Maybe let's hear both sides of the stories. Yeah, both sides of the stories. What about fucking Roseanne Barr? Now don't get me fucking wrong here. Roseanne Barr is a crazy cunt. I'm going to emphasize on the T, like my boy Jason said. And she's a crazy cunt, right? So, but the thing is, though, I get it, but still, it's so double standard. And these liberals is like, she said some shit. She made a joke about some girl looking like from the Planet of the Apes. It's Roseanne. She's fucking crazy. It was a joke. It's hilarious. So I don't know. Some people find it offensive, but jokes are supposed to be offensive. We're living in this world now where even stand-up comedy, something that I love dearly. I love comedy. It's essential to me. I grew up on Eddie Murphy. I grew up on George Carlin. I grew up on fucking Ronnie Dangerfield. You name it. I'm going to twist it. I'm fucking 29 years old. But, I say I grew up on those guys. I don't know. I've always been a comedy guy at heart. I love the new guys as well. But let's move forward here. So, but I'm trying to tell you what the point that I'm trying to make is that it's double standard. This James Gunn guy, from what I'm hearing, it's like, oh, they're going to give him his job back. Marvel and Disney felt they jumped the gun by firing him. And there's a lot of uproar with the Hollywood community saying like, oh, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. But let's just something. If you do your research on this James Gunn guy, this guy's a hardcore liberal, right? And the people that exposed him were Republicans, conservative, people who are tired of the bullshit. But if you notice that there's Hollywood defending any type of pedophilia, there's a trend to that. You would think after this time and age, after Harvey Weinstein and hashtag Time's Up and Roman Polanski, who was number one on my fucking hate list, number one on the Lobo show hate list, Roman Polanski, you would fucking think that they were like, listen, man, even though we're jokes, you said pedophilia shit. At this time and age, we're going to wash our fucking hands. We don't want anything to do with this. We're doing the Palm Pilot. You know what I mean? Like, hey, man, washing my fucking hands. I don't want anything to do with it. But they're not. Not only that, they're bringing this fucking guy back in. And fuck that fucking Borat guy, Sacha Baron Cohen. Fuck him. He's a cunt too. Fuck him. But no matter what, here's the thing though. I keep saying I can go an hour about these liberal fucking pieces of shit, but they're burying themselves in their own grave. That's what they're doing. That's all they're fucking doing. They're burying themselves deeper and deeper. They're making liberals become socialists, which is disgusting, to be honest. It's really, really disgusting. But luckily, there are people like us that are listening to the show, and I'm not blowing smoke up nobody's ass right now, but there are people like us who has family and are doing the right thing. God bless you people, and God bless America. Let's move on, Sack.
In other news, Facebook stops InfoWars host posting for 30 days by BBC News. Facebook has imposed a 30-day suspension on Alex Jones, founder of the InfoWars conspiracy theory site. Mr. Jones is banned from using his account for 30 days for posting videos that Facebook said broke its community standards. The hiatus applies only to Mr. Jones, meaning the channel bearing his name on Facebook will still be active. The suspension follows action by YouTube this week, which saw 4 videos removed from the InfoWars channel. The videos that led Facebook to impose the short posting ban are believed to be the same ones that led YouTube to act. The videos show Mr. Jones criticizing Muslim immigrants to Europe and denouncing a transgender cartoon. Another shows a man pushing a child to the floor. We reviewed the content against our community standards and determined that it violates them, Facebook told tech news site CNET. The social network told CNET that Alex Jones' channel on Facebook was close to the threshold which it would be seen completely shut down and eventually deleted. InfoWars has not yet responded to the Facebook's action. The suspension comes soon after Facebook was criticized for not taking action against InfoWars and Mr. Jones, who has repeatedly claimed that the 9/11 attacks were staged by the United States government. As well as taking down the videos, the InfoWars YouTube channel has been hit by a penalty known as a community strike, which stops it broadcasting live for 90 days. InfoWars said that the videos were deleted because they were critical of liberalism. More than 2.4 people subscribe to Mr. Jones' channel on YouTube.
Well, yeah, exactly, dude. And let me tell you this. Fuck, you know what I mean, to be honest. Fuck fucking Facebook and all that shit. You know? Alex Jones, trainees and kids don't mix. Globalism and
the frogs.
The friggin' frogs.
It's not funny. It's not funny.
The friggin' frogs gay. Ah. Well, yeah, I sound a little bit like a mixture of Sam Kennison and
it was an inside job.
Well, 9/11. Let me just say this. Lobo show. Drink Bones juice, and you should drink that too. Let me tell you, a lot of people like Alex Jones. They love that guy, especially people in the South, and that's our fucking, that's our people. That's our core audience and shit. We're not gonna rip Alex Jones too much, dude. The guy's fucking. I like Alex Jones, to be quite frank. I think I should be on InfoWars, to be honest, man. Let me know what you guys think. You gay frogs, I totally believe in that. Bone marrow juice, but let me tell you this though. To be completely honest, Alex Jones every day proves that the mainstream media, if you want to call them that, or these elites, these billion-dollar elites, these fucking liberal shit, doesn't want anything to do with anybody who has an agenda that's not fit in their criteria. And that's the fucking bottom line. You know what I mean? Because it's fucking frustrating, man. It's fucking frustrating to me, to be honest. Because you know why? I'm no Alex Jones. Hell, you know what I mean? Maybe one day, pal, I can reach to that fucking level and shit. But it fucking pisses me off that personally, the Lobo show, my pal Heap Sack, our product that we work on, our fucking art, our telling the truth. We're always getting speed bumps on this channel, dude. Every time the YouTube purge, they shut us down and shit, right? Now, listen, I'm not comparing myself to Alex Jones, but we always made the same type of material here. It boggles my fucking mind. Once again, I'm going to say this, that you can make fucking videos. You can say, oh, the Queen of England was a reptile. She's a reptile. She's a lizard people, folks. I'm telling you right now. And if you don't know this, you're not doing your research. She is a lizard person, confirmed. Like, listen, you can do that video. You could talk about the Mandela effect. And I did a video about this, and I really got into some heat with this other YouTuber who was like a follower of mine at one point, and he's a piece of shit. And I just said, I was like, dude, I don't believe in the Mandela effect. I don't believe in UFOs. I don't believe in aliens and shit. You know what I mean? This guy, Bob, I love Bobby, man. Pie Sand Cakes, right? He does this whole thing. He believes in this shit. I like that guy. And we fuck around. We kind of always making jokes in each other in our comment sections and shit, but I don't undermine him. He's a smart fucking guy, dude. I'm telling you that right now. And this other guy, My Sky 5HD, I know I'm botching his name. I know he listened to the show. I didn't shout you out earlier, dude. I just thought of you right now, dude. And I know that shit. But there's some people who can't even fucking handle it when you fucking make a lizard video and you saying that you got like fake, you got UFOs and shit, and you saying that fucking Bigfoot is alive, and when I say that's fucking bullshit, I'm like, that's the fucking shit that these people are trying to, like, you can do videos like that and they're trying to put in your head. They want you to be focused on something else and not on the real shit. So when you do some shit like what I do, what I'm saying, with all due respect, I'm not trying to compare myself with Alex Jones, but when you do something what me and Alex Jones does, we what I do is this, and I'm pretty sure Alex Jones does this. He can explain it this way as well. But I think that we put content out there, and we make the audience, you know what I mean? You decide, is this bullshit? Do you think that we're fucking full of shit? Do you think that we're right? Do you think that maybe we're misleading? You make your own interpretation of what we are. You know what I mean? But for YouTube and Facebook to not even allow that, it's horseshit, man. It's fucking double standard garbage, dude. You know what I mean? I don't fucking I don't get it, man. You can make fucking Mandela effect videos and get lots of views. But we put our materials and shit, you know what I mean, with 100 subs. We had like 100 subs. Dude, at one point, I'm not gonna lie, yeah, we had like about 1,000 shit during the YouTube purge. And we got shut down. I'm like, okay. So we got like 1,000, which is very minor, whatever though, right? It's like, I'm not saying that we were like a big fucking channel or anything like that, but dude, we get shut the fuck down. But you get these assholes all day like, did you know that Barack Obama was a fucking lizard? Like, come on, man. If you're gonna say the guy's a shit president, let's fucking say the guy's a shit president, but don't call him a fucking lizard because you're gonna sound like an idiot. It's ridiculous. You know what I mean? I'm just saying though, man. You know, you can make fucking videos of two drunk guys fucking fighting, but God forbid you put a video where people make their own interpretation. That's what we do here. And here's the thing. And we're not one of these guys. If you put a shitty comment, Lobo show, you suck, you stink, whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? It's like, hey man, that's your fucking. We're American. I mean, it's thing like I said, and I love. And if you're from another country, dude, we love you, dude. They said don't get the wrong idea about it, but don't like I can't stress this enough. Just because we love our fucking country, don't make you racist, and don't hate us for that. You should do the same. But fuck out of here with that shit. Lobos, your check is coming in the mail. Should I? How do I pay Heapsack in rubies or in Jewish gold?
He wants the next Owen Troyer.
Mm-hmm.
Old Alex.
Old Alex, man. We love him, though. Alex Jones, I hope you're listening to this. And I'm saying, I know I keep saying that, like, but one day you never know. Like, like that guy's cut a jib. Let's move on, Sack.
In other news, Greece wildfires. Satellite imagery shows devastation in Mati by the Guardian News. More than 80 people have been killed after Greece's worst wildfire in a decade hit the small resort of Mati, 18 miles east of Athens. The fire broke out on the afternoon of July 23rd, with strong winds causing the fire to spread very quickly towards the beach. Greek reports suggest that 1,500 homes have been damaged, with many destroyed. Almost 200 people are estimated to have been injured, and hundreds more were forced to flee to the beaches and into the sea as the blaze consumed houses and cars. More than 80 cars were completely destroyed by the fires, and the pavements were turned into carpets of ash. Coast Guards and others saved 696 people who had fled to the beaches, while boats pulled another 19 people alive from the sea. People escaped into the sea. Earlier on Tuesday, the remains of 26 people had been found in an open lot, almost all of them locked in embrace. Rescue workers believed most of them headed to the area because of its proximity to the sea, before discovering in the smoke and confusion that there was no access from the cliff top to the beach below. Very sad, these wildfires. They happen every year.
It's fucked up, man. It's
nobody's safe.
That's fucking crazy, man. I mean, it's that bad. These people are literally going to the sea for fucking like some type of refuge and shit.
It sounds like a horror movie.
It does sound like a horror movie, man. Fucking Malaccas, man. Fucking Malaccas. But like I said, dude, like I said, as Americans, and this is a global event here. We kind of wish them well, and I'm kind of confused. Here's the thing, like I said, man, I'm not the smartest guy in the world. I'm Lobo, man, blue collar guy. So maybe you can help me out with this, because how the fuck did these wildfires start? Now here's the thing. I know people roll their eyes and go, "Come on, what are you fucking 9?" It's like, I'm sorry, I'm from New York, dude, and I say this because we don't have wildfires over here and shit. Not like that. So it's like, what the fuck? How the fuck does that happen, man, with these wildfires and shit?
I mean, just look at what's going on in California right now. Over there in Redding, a couple of firefighters died this month fighting crazy fires over there. I mean, homes are being destroyed in Redding, California.
Dude, it seems like it's happening all the, a lot over there.
Yeah, and the thing about it is they get these strong winds from the ocean. They got that Pacific over there, and they get those
Yeah, come
gusts.
on.
And then with the heat, I mean,
Bullshit.
this time of the year, it gets
Bullshit.
really hot.
Bullshit. Now you sound like that
I
fucking.
mean, here's
No,
the
do you know
thing.
you sound like that fucking Neil deGrasse douche shit dick prick. Come on. What are you gonna tell me? Global warming and this? Come on. We all know how the fuck these fires starts. It's man-made bullshit. It's some kid up there with a fucking cigarette. He's fucking
magnifying glass.
trying to get laid. A magnifying glass. I don't know. Listen, dude. I'm not a conspiracy theory guy, but I am a guy of options. I want to weigh up my options. Listen, you can say, oh, yeah, the hot wind and all of that. And this has been happening since the day of time. Oh, yeah, since the dawn of man, right? But why the fuck this thing is happening more and more often and is bigger and bigger? Come on, what the fuck is this going on? Listen, I'm not completely saying that these people are burning down the fucking forest because what's the end game here, right? But, I don't want to hear that global warming bullshit when it comes down to this. And let me tell you this with Greece. Hey, look, man, because it's funny. There's people that listen to the show that are from Greece, especially this Greek girl. Oh my God, Mamma Mia. Let me just say that. But dude, it's fucked up, man. And like I said, in California too. But it's like, yeah, it's fucked up, man. I mean, I don't. It's obviously, dude. Okay, we can joke around here. Like, you know what I mean? Do I think people are really making fires? Probably not. This shit happens all the time, obviously. Just trying to make some type of light of the situation. Get it? Light of the situation. Don't start a grease fire. Nothing? Anything? Anybody? No. Yeah, it's unfortunate. And we really hope the best for all these people. And it's sad to hear that firefighters are dying. Man, dude, there's like a movie and shit about firefighters that fucking fighting fires in California and shit a lot because shit be going down over there, man. Practically near Sacramento and shit, right? What's Redding? Look at it.
Redding is about an hour and a half
Yeah.
north of Sacramento. Yeah, so it's a little bit.
Yeah, you spent time in California, man.
I did at one point. Yeah.
You ever witness anything like that? Any shit like that?
No.
Exactly.
Well, I lived like 45 minutes south of Sacramento, so I was more in the city. But I did go to Oroville. That's kind of the sticks, and man, the trees they're so big. It's crazy when you go over there. You don't think trees can get that big.
Yeah, absolutely, man. The great redwood too. Another thing.
Oh yeah,
absolutely, man. Let's move on, Sack. Let's move on.
And finally, 78 years ago today, Bugs Bunny made his debut. Huntsman Elmer J. Fudd meets that pesky wabbit for the first time in A Wild Hare, a animated short subject from the Warner Brothers. What's up, Doc? For Bugs Bunny, it'll be crazy popularity, decades of movie releases, a Oscar win, and a TV compilation show that runs for 40 years.
Dude.
Shout out to Bugs Bunny.
Let me tell you something. Let me say this about the Looney Tunes, right? The Looney Tunes was the blueprint of funny. Mel Blanc, the man of 1,000 voices. Mel Blanc was the fucking man, dude. Here's the thing. Here's a guy, you got to understand, this is in the beginning, where animation was in its infancy. You know what I mean? It's like it's beginning. I mean, dude, they practically just started having pictures, what they call it, motion pictures, moving pictures at first, and motion pictures and talking, the talkies, if you will, because they had no movies at the time. There was a lot of silent films, a lot of great films and shit, but the time it was silent. So you have to understand, this was animation. I'm not saying it was the first one, but Looney Tunes was comedy and animation at its finest. Now, people could talk about Walt Disney. People could talk about, you know what I mean, and in terms of like Steamboat Willie, which is a Mickey Mouse introduction. It's all fine and dandy. Don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna knock that original shit, But I will say that the Looney Tunes was the greatest comedy of all time, especially when you're a kid. It's almost to a point where people are on the fence about it right now. You know what I mean? Because Looney Tunes could be something considered like, I don't think this is for the children of this day and age. This is very offensive. You got a guy shooting, you know what I mean? A duck, a duck season, rabbit season. You know what I mean? And let me tell you something. In the animators, you talking about winning the Oscars and everything. This is uncanny, profound animation at its best. Profound. Chuck Jones, Tex Avery, Fritz Ferlin, June Foray, who did all the women voices, by the way, like the granny and the witch and everything. And it was just the greatest ensemble of a cast. And I told you, Mel Blanc was the guy. He was the man with 1,000 voices. He did the Bugs Bunny, the Tasmanian Devil, Daffy Duck, Porky Pig, anybody you can name. And it was so funny because sometimes you can hear like these voice actors, right? And they kind of do it voice. And that's like the voice, and you hear like in a cartoon or something. But like when you hear them talk, that's their regular voice. It's like, oh, he sounds like that character. Some people say like Billy West, like, oh, Billy West, he does a lot of voices, but he sounds like when he's playing Philip J. Fry, he sounds like Philip J. Fry when he's talking like he's doing a Comic-Con, right? Mel Blanc was different. Mel Blanc did Yosemite Sam, Bugs Bunny, like I said. Those characters, Sylvester, the cat, right? Do those characters sound different to you? Sound the same to you? No, I believe not. He was great. And then when Mel Blanc talked and he did interviews, right, which he really did, he sounded like a regular guy. He sounded like a guy who didn't do none of those voices. It's amazing. I thought it was great. But the Looney Tunes, man, had great art, great talent, and they were so funny. And here's another thing also. They were very topical at the time. You had, like you said, you had the Bugs Bunny coming out there. He was singing the songs at the time. They'll sing like Sinatra, or they'll have these episodes when they had like, James Cagney and all these old time stars. And the reason I know a lot of these old time stars because I was a big fan of Looney Tunes, man. I was a big fan. I'm a comedian at heart, man. I love comedy. Heath Sachs knows this. Anybody who listens to the show, I'm a big fan of the great comedy arts. But listen, I know people are like, is he talking about cartoons? Yeah, you fucking right. I'm talking about cartoons. You know what I mean? I'm not talking about the fucking Transformers movie and shit or G.I. Joe. And don't get me wrong. Yeah, I love that shit too. Don't get me wrong here. But I think sometimes though, a lot of these guys that need to be adults. Enough with the cartoon T-shirts if you're in your mid-20s. Put that away, man. Look, I'm just talking about nostalgia here. I love nostalgia. I feel like I'm a historian at heart, but sometimes I don't have the right facts, but I know what I like and I know what I saw, the Looney Tunes to me, Disney was great because Disney was like classy and shit. You know what I mean? You had your Donald Ducks and all that Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse shit. You know what I mean? They were equality, you know what I mean? And then it was like, but they were like, it was funny, but it was something you put on like on a Christmas day and you got the kids there and they love it, right? It's classic, great animation. You can tell, top quality shit. The Looney Tunes was like the South Park, if you will, of back in the days because it was great animation, great fucking artists, man, great storytelling and great, people behind the scenes, great voice actors. And I'm telling you, and it was raunchy. It was raunchy. There were actually Looney Tune cartoons that were in black and white that used to curse. They were like Porky Pig cartoons that where he cursed, and it was great. And I'm just saying, so it was like, man, that era was a fucking in that cartoon. Like you won't see that anymore. It's to a point like it definitely holds up. My niece and my nephews, I told you, they're about like 6 and 8 years old, 7 years old, I believe. I don't want to say the wrong thing here because I'm, but they're like 6, 7 years old, and I love them to death. But they still watch the Looney Tunes. You know what I mean? They love, the Roadrunner and the Coyote. Tweety Bird is always popular. And more important, Daffy Duck, and more importantly, Bugs Bunny. And Foghorn Leghorn. It's like when you get older, you get the jokes more. Like you're a kid, it's like all this about the slapstick shit and it's hilarious. But it's funny. You go back to that shit, man, and it's fucking still holds up. It's so funny, right? The Looney Tunes, you think about it, because you can watch a movie that you love, like the Titanic or something, right? You're like, oh, that was a great movie. I remember that was my favorite movie when I seen it. Then you watch it now, you go, oh shit. I love the movie still, but the CGI may not hold up as well, right? It's a lot of movie like that. Like, oh, I mean, the effects may not hold up. The special effects doesn't hold up as I thought it did when when I first seen it, which is rightfully so. Movies evolve. But man, the Looney Tunes hold up. They hold up. I'm telling you right now, I don't care who you are from around the world. People who are watching this Looney Tunes in German, in Bosnian, in Israeli, in fucking Pakistani, it doesn't fucking matter, man. It still holds up. It's hilarious. It's one of the few things that is still playing to this day. In any country you are, you can find the Looney Tunes somewhere, and people know what it is. Bugs Bunny and shit, and it's hilarious. Now, that's no disrespect to Disney. I know Disney's a big conglomerate, big fucking $1 billion business. I get it. So is Warner Brothers. So is Looney Tunes. And I'm just saying, but it's just my type of comedy. It's my cup of tea, ladies and gentlemen. Let's move on, Sack.
That was the last story, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, Heath Sack, I know you got a helicopter to catch. You're a very busy man these days. You're coming up in the world. I get that, You've always have been. So we're going to bid you a farewell. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the nightly news with the Heath Sack. There he is, folks. Leaving all his glory in his sweater shirt on the summer night, heading to his helicopter. Wave to him. And the band's on the field. Ladies and gentlemen, we are still here. Segment 3, the Lobo Show. Lobo and Heath Sack back in effect, doing what we got to do. Getting paid not by the hour, because if we were, we'd be doing fucking 50-hour marathons over here. But let me want to say one thing here. The Lobo Show, we try to pride ourselves in journalism and the truth. Nothing but the truth and justice for all mankind. I just want to make a retraction of a mistake that I did on the last video, ladies and gentlemen. If you're listening that far, this is why I waited this far. But yeah, listen, man, I want to apologize to the family of Buzz Aldrin and shit. You know what I mean? I said in the last video, rest in peace, Neil Armstrong, and rest in peace, Buzz Aldrin. And Buzz Aldrin is not dead. It was hilarious because when I was told this, Heath Sack, who's my producer, slash the fact checker, FACT, fact checker. He's like, hey, man, listen, I know that you were going off your rant, so I didn't want to stop you, but Buzz Aldrin is not dead. And I was like, I don't give a fuck. Fuck that. You know what I mean? I was like, I thought he was, though. I thought he was, but I'm sorry for that. I know his kids were fucking hitting me up saying, is he dead? Because we want some of that will money. Yeah. They were quite disappointed when they found out he was still alive. They had to hear from me that he was still alive. That's how greedy they are. Little joke there. Ladies and gentlemen, Lobo Show, segment motherfucking 3. We're out here. We're doing our fucking thing, man. And then, like I said, Sack, what the fuck is going on in the world in this day and age right now, man? You got fucking people out there, you know what I mean, dude? Like I'm saying, though, like going fucking crazy and shit, man, with their fucking like here's the thing, right? When people in lottery, right? Like the lottery and shit, right? So I see this guy out there. They're so crazy. I never was a lottery guy, right? Am I knocking?
Played once.
You played once? Like what do you play? For like $1 or something?
I think I gave like a couple of bucks. It was Mega Millions. Yeah, I think.
Oh yeah. Now here's the thing. I never do it. If anything, I play that scratch off maybe like once a year. It's not because I'm a pussy. I know people go, "Oh, you're probably a pussy." No, motherfucker, I'm not a fucking pussy. I don't like fucking throwing my money away. I'm not stingy with money. I like throwing my money away when I'm fucking having drinks and having a good time with the boys and gals, if you know what I mean. But it's like I don't understand how these people spend so much money on lottery. Now, there's a guy, believe it or not, right? I wanted to bring it up, and I'm not going to say his name because, I really don't think that he's a guy who listens this far anyway, right? I know he won't, because if he did, I'm not going to lie, I'm going to fucking do another retraction next week, and then fucking apologize to the guy. But, dude, this guy makes a video about him just scratching lottery tickets. This guy will spend like $100 like a week, and he does videos on YouTube and shit, scratch lottery tickets, and,
Does he ever win anything?
You win some, you lose some. But the thing is, though, to me, buddy, if the guy was, he's not a fucking billionaire. The guy got the same construction boots on every fucking week. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that it's all about, materialistic things, but I'm just saying, though, I feel like lottery sometimes it can be kind of an addiction thing. And it's like, it doesn't make sense. I see people play numbers and they like, you go to like this deli or whatever, right? And you got the lottery machine over there. And you got like fucking 10 people standing in line. You're like, let me get 7, 8 box, 5, 4 box. Like, what are they, fucking military pilots? I don't even know what that fucking means.
Numerology.
I don't even know what that means, to be honest. Here's the thing. It pisses me off when you're like, what the fuck? Like, God damn, they spend like $25 a week and shit, and they're very strategic, but you never fucking win. So where's the strategy? Where's the strategy in this whole fucking thing? I like to know where's the strategy and the thing. And here's the thing: I feel like every time I do my show, I'm like alienating people. Like this is how we lose people, right or wrong, Zach. You know that we've been doing this for a while.
No,
like we will lose
true.
people like every week because there's something that we say that they don't fucking like and they don't agree with it, and they're just like they're so offended by it. It's like, oh fuck. But listen, I'm not saying that people that play the lottery is stupid. But I think that there's better ways to invest your money in besides the fucking lottery. And let me tell you this too. There's something that I'm disgusted by. There's some guy. There's a word called piker, right? Now this piker, and you probably heard that word before in various movies. You know what I mean? But piker in New York is a word for a guy like a broker who is like, you know, who's a salesman, but who's like a piker. You know, he's a piker. Is a guy. He's like he's not living the life. The guy's like not making any money. He doesn't have any heart. He doesn't have any balls in business. So I see like if you're a stockbroker and I see these guys and you're playing the lottery, that you're coming back to the office with a scratch off ticket, I'm gonna fucking rip your ass, man. I'm gonna rip your ass. You're in fucking New York. You're in the land of the lost, pal. You're in the land where you can make the money. This is what it's all about. Either you fucking sell, or you don't eat. And you're over here playing fucking lottery tickets where you're trying to win a fucking dream. How about earning the fucking dream? How about working your fucking balls off and making millions of dollars as opposed to trying to win it by scratching off what a penny? You know what I mean?
Most definitely. I mean, it happens. Some people win, but what is it, like 1 in a billion chance?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. And it's all mafia shit when it comes down to it. You know what I mean? So mafia shit. I mean, dude, back in the days, you know, I'm gonna tell these people, you know, that listen to it, but the mafia, what did they do? One of the biggest fucking, you know, rackets was the numbers. It was the numbers racket. You know, they go around the neighborhood, and don't get me wrong. This was why the mafia had the better rackets number. It was always better because at least somebody won. It was like somebody in the neighborhood, everybody runs, and then like somebody wins like once a week or whatever the fuck it is, right? And somebody will win, but for the most part, they pocket it. And it was usually some guy who the person they won, they were in on it also. But the illusion of a winner, I cannot stress this enough. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank everyone who's been a part of this show tonight. We really appreciate that. I really, truly hope this isn't the last show you're going to hear because we said many naughty things, and there's more people who's breaking the first 2 rules of Fight Clubs, and that was our problem in the first place. It's like, that guy's saying cunt a lot, and he's not a liberal, and they shut us down. That's the problem, ladies and gentlemen. The Lobo Show, they're going to keep shutting us down, and it's going to be overwhelming how many times me and Sax got to upload the fucking channel again. It stinks, but don't worry. We're here for you. If you guys like us, we love you. No, no that word. Sack, anything you got to say?
No, sir.
It's that time of day. I'm getting fucking hungry, and I feel like, I don't know, man. Maybe we do like enchiladas or something. We go Mexican today.
I like it.
The fucking blood moon in India. Enjoy it, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, the wildfires in Greece, we're sorry about that shit. You know what I mean? Fucking Malakas. Hey, what are you going to do? It's the Lobo Show podcast. What, 80? Which one is this one?
I believe it's 85.
Podcast 80
or 86.
Podcast 86. Podcast 86, ladies and gentlemen. Say goodnight, Heap Sack.
Good night, Heap Sack.